pretty much what we want is when you're sitting on the bike, we want you to have just a slight bend. Yeah, so this side, really either side, we want you just to have just a slight bend, not like hyperextending your knee,
Okay.
but just a slight bend. We would want that even higher. To adjust it, so it's a 4mm hex bolt. You can just get like one of these multi-tools. This is going to have pretty much anything you need to completely disassemble the bike if you really need be. It's just a 4mm hex key, and then tighten or loosen. Just make sure that it's tight. You can always just like take a step forwards. So I guess you're hovering over the top tube of the bike if you're, say, at a stoplight or anything like that. The one thing you want to avoid as well is what's called cross-chaining. So cross-chaining is essentially if you're in 1 and 9. So where the chain, as you kind of would see, like it's in one gear and then the other one's all the way like that, so it's quite stretched. Usually it makes a sound because it's rubbing against something, but it's something that you do want to avoid. You kind of want to think of it as, well, mostly for these bikes, the gears this is kind of like your big adjustments. These are like your micro adjustments. So something like this, pretty much you're going to be more shifting the rear than you are the front. Maybe if you're going up a hill, you might want to be in 2. But if you're on, say, like the flat ground, like you're on Kingsway here, you're just kind of, or even on like a bike path, you're probably going to be in 2. This is the front. So these are going to be your 2 gears up front. These are your 9 gears out back. But like cross-chaining would be like this. So you can kind of see we're in 1 and 9. The chain is really far on an angle. Yeah, so you would pretty much go down a couple of gears and then put this guy in your big ring, and then you can kind of see it's a bit more aligned there. It's really just undo the one latch on this side. It just undoes itself. It's kind of hard to do standing. Undo that, screws right out. Really, really easy. They just look like this. They have a little piece here, and all this, what this little kind of hook does is there's a little cotter pin that you kind of see holds everything together here, and that's pretty much what we're going to clip into, just so that they're not like loosely in there. They're stuck in. So usually I would say if you're going to do it, the easiest way is just to put that bike upside down, grab the lever, and then the handle on this is it's not centered. So when you do push this, it'll actually compress the fork. So undo that, loosen it. That guy comes right out, and then out comes your wheel. Grab this guy, pop that in, a little bit of a, clip it in, and you're good to go. Sweet, awesome, super easy. Yes, don't do that. That is, it's the worst if you do that. If you're going for a ride and you happen to do that, then you're in for a tough surprise. So with this guy, pretty much, you don't have to do anything on this side, it'll just automatically thread in. Yeah, and then with this too, so you don't want to tighten it all the way, because like I said, it compresses the fork. So you'll want to maybe back off a little bit. You just want to make it so that it clips in, but it's not loose. You can even come and try. I would recommend kind of around here. Pull on that. So you'll keep going till it comes loose. Oh, and there's a little spring that also comes with it.
Okay.
You might just have to press it just to get it going.
Okay, yeah.
But other than that, no. that'd probably be too much. So you want it to be, I guess, tight enough that you're going to be compressing your fork, but also not to the point where it's like impossible to take on it. Like you should have to use a little bit of force, but you don't want it to be where you're shoving it in there, because then you're just going to misalign it. It's just going to be so it'll just give you a max and a min. So as long as you're kind of within that range. Your max is going to be 85 psi, and your min is going to be, I think that is 50. I guess where are you going to be riding? I would recommend, like, if you want, you can get like a kickstand, just so you're not always having to lean the bike over. So these styles are kind of what we call our city lights. So they're more to be seen. So like you said, if you're riding like Stanley Park, or even just kind of riding around town, it helps a whole lot with just increasing their presence on the road. All of them have like an irregular flash pattern, like I also mentioned. They're all daytime visible. It really depends on which set you kind of go for, but if you went for like a set like these guys, the front can be seen from 2 kilometers, the rear from about 1 kilometer away. These guys they're super bright. Like I guess even if I'm like driving around, it's pretty easy to notice. I guess I'm kind of accustomed to what the lights look like, but even this compared to, say, like an MEC brand or something that might not be as expensive, like these guys, I guess for the set here are like $100, but these guys are like, they stand out a whole lot. They definitely, pretty much, yeah, red in the back, white in the front. I would say to stick with something like that. You can even go for something more what's called ergonomic. And the ergonomic just comes from this little kind of wing tip that's right here. And that just gives you a place to rest your palm when you're riding. Just a lot more comfortable. Sticky this cellular structure on the inside of the helmet. And what it does is it pretty much acts like a crumple zone in a car. So if you do get into like a cycling accident, most of them are going to be like an angled is usually what it protects against. And pretty much it'll just absorb the energy better than just a standard foam helmet. So all it really does, all in all, is it just reduces the risk of getting a concussion. Usually we'd say start with like a medium, and then you can usually just go up and down from there. I think most of the stuff is either 20 to 40, so I think they're all 25. So there's this guy. This is kind of like the entry-level wave cell helmet. We do one that's a step up called the Circuit. This guy is 214. The biggest difference that you'll see between both of these is this one. You have the ability to mount like some of our lights or a GoPro. They're all magnetic as well. So you can do it. It just would have to just straps around. It looks kind of bulky. The nice thing with this guy is it's all integrated. Yep. Other than that, the fit is going to be a little bit, I guess, it feels a little bit nicer. So the BOA dial here is a bit more exact with kind of where it is. And it also sits lower on your head versus this guy here. You can kind of see how low it sits. So that's going to fit. It's going to be a lot more comfortable. Tightening and loosening. So usually when you put on a helmet, it's not going to just be a bit of adjustability. So you can just tighten it or loosen it as you wish. And then from there, you can just find the right fit. And if you wanted to see as well after that,
let's try the black one. Guys, does it fit a coffee cup? It does. I don't know if it's fully. It's still kind of loose.
Pretty much like a simple drip. So all we'd recommend is just get like a dirty rag or something like that. You're going to want to hold the pedals and then just kind of back pedal it a couple times. Then pop the chain lube on the back, and then I would say just to do one full revolution and just try and get it in all the links. And then you can just do it. You can do it. It really depends if you want to be meticulous with it or if you just want to just do it pretty quickly.